Have you ever felt like someone was messing with your head? Do you have that nagging doubt or feeling you're going crazy even though you know you're not? Well, that's gaslighting, and it's far more insidious than you think. Here is an official definition. Gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation where someone tries to make you doubt your own memory, perception, or sanity. The goal is usually to gain power, avoid responsibility, or control the narrative of a situation. So, today we're diving deep into the psychological impact to reveal what happens to your brain when it's constantly being told its reality is wrong. And more importantly, how you can reverse the effects of gaslighting on your brain. At the end of the day, gaslighting can have a serious and lasting impact on the brain, especially when it's chronic or comes from someone close, like a partner, parent, or boss. It's not just emotional, it can literally rewire how you think and perceive reality. And we all know that gaslighting is a primary part of narcissistic abuse. Narcissists gaslight to maintain control, protect their fragile ego, and manipulate others into doing what they want. But anyone can choose to gaslight. You just need to be able to spot it and put an end to it as soon as possible. Because there are five damaging effects it can have on the brain. And the first one is that your sense of reality gets disrupted. This is where you start questioning your memory, judgment, and even sanity. You start doubting your own perceptions and rely more on outsiders, usually the abuser, for the truth, as you become incapable of trusting what is true. You basically start doubting yourself for just about everything, which is mentally exhausting and destabilizing. The second damaging effect is that all this gaslighting creates a chronic stress response. All this mental gymnastics is too much for the brain, so it triggers a fight or flight response, flooding your system with that lovely stress hormone called cortisol. And the longer that cortisol is flowing without any relief, it can lead to anxiety and panic attacks, sleep problems, and other physical symptoms like headaches, severe weight loss or weight gain, fatigue, digestive issues, and so much more. But most importantly, when it comes to the brain, chronic exposure to that stress hormone cortisol can cause damage to neurons, inhibit new brain cell formation, and even shrink the size of some areas of your brain. There is a science behind stress and brain shrinkage, which I myself learned in putting this together. The parts of the brain that shrink are known as the hippocampus and the prefrontal cortex. The hippocampus is the part of your brain responsible for learning and memory. So when this part shrinks, it results in memory loss, inability to recall new information, and your ability to learn new things is disrupted. The prefrontal cortex is the area that controls decision making and concentration. So when it shrinks, the consequence is a foggy brain, poor decision making, and a lack of concentration. Interestingly enough, there is one section of the brain that grows as a result of the chronic stress exposure, and it's called the amygdala, which is responsible for fear and emotional balance. And when this part grows, your emotional reactions and fear related responses are amplified, and it promotes anxiety and emotional dysregulation. The effect of chronic stress on the brain is serious, and it can happen as a result of remaining in a toxic environment where you are being gaslighted constantly. Narcissistic abuse is no joke. As I addressed in this video, the narcissist can break you without laying a finger on you. The third impact on your brain, which is in line with all that we have just discussed, is what it does to your memory and cognitive function. Apart from memory loss, there are memory lapses where, for a short period of time or temporarily, you forget things that you should have remembered, such as misplacing your keys or not knowing where you put certain things. Then there is the brain fog, which affects your ability to make decisions and concentrating difficult. All these experiences can make you feel as if you are losing your mind, but you are not. What you are is a victim of psychological abuse. The fourth impact on the brain is that it destroys your sense of self. The way you think about yourself changes, your confidence goes down, and you start believing things that may not be true. You basically start seeing yourself as the problem. You are wrong, your thinking is wrong, and your brain is rewired to adopt negative beliefs about yourself, which would make it harder to leave the toxic situation you are in. The final impact of gaslighting on the brain is that it creates learned helplessness. Eventually, your brain may stop trying to resist or challenge the gaslighter because you either feel powerless, or that nothing you say matters, or you just feel too broken or crazy to trust yourself. This is called learned helplessness, and it can lead to depression and emotional numbness. And it is not a place I wish for anyone to go to, because it means you have given up or lost hope. And without hope, you can lose purpose and the strength to keep going, even though better days may be just around the corner. And this is why we have to start reversing the effects of gaslighting. And one of the first things you need to do is put distance between you and the gaslighter. Even if you can't do it physically yet, you can do it emotionally. Emotional distance happens when you acknowledge and accept that something needs to change. Stop relying on their validation or approval. Limit overall contact. Set boundaries. Observe but do not absorb their negativity. Let go of any expectations you have concerning them. And most importantly, take the focus off them and put it onto yourself. Focus on your goals, healing, and energy. Invest more in doing things you love that do not include your abuser. Create a mini world with separate friends, hobbies, and some therapy. Emotional distance is not cruelty, it is self preservation. Another way to reverse the effects of gaslighting is writing things down. Documenting events or even daily journaling can help you reconnect with reality. Also, write down 3 things you are thankful for, as gratitude stimulates the reward centers of the brain and can make you more resilient. There is also a special type of therapy called trauma informed or CBT, which can help rebuild trust in your mind. If you want to learn more about this, there is a link in the description. But the objective is to remain positive and surround yourself with positive people and experiences. Laughter enhances dopamine and shields the brain from stress changes. Play memory games, clean up your diet, sleep well, and exercise to all help improve your brain health. Basically, take care of yourself. Focus on your healing and reduce contact or break ties completely with the person who is gaslighting you. It will save your brain and save your life. My name is Clarice. Many thanks for listening.